Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Splotchybug, and as you can tell by my voice, it's disappointing. We've been let down again and left in the dark by TT Games and Star Wars on LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. And not only that, the Future Games event was absolutely horrible, and in today's video I wanted to go over my thoughts on what's next for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and also just touch upon the Future Games event and how disappointing it was to get absolutely nothing in terms of news or content or even a release date for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. But more specifically, not too much about the event, just more my thoughts on what comes next, when the game might get released, and if there will be a potential delay. So before we get into the video, if you're going to enjoy it, a like would be appreciated, and if you could subscribe and turn notifications up to get updated every time I go live or make a video, and just stay up to date with general Star Wars news and LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. But enough of all that, let's get straight into this video. So as you guys know, the Future Games event has just taken place and I just finished live streaming it, and sadly we did not get a single word on LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. There had been rumours all week about this games event being able to show us and give us a potential date for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, but sadly here we are, 10 days into spring, Future Games over, and still we have no release date. So in terms of what's next for the game, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, I don't really think there's too many options there, but I still think there's a few that's worth noting and pointing up in today's video. So at this current moment of time, whilst I'm making the video, I would say that there's about 3 feasible ideas on how the game would drop and release in 2021. So the first feasible idea I think could give us an indication and info on the game would be Xbox's supposed game showcase set to happen on March the 26th, 2021. The event is set to host over 100 games and premiere over 25 brand new titles and gameplay details. And we even have a quote to back up this knowledge, and I'll throw it up on screen for you guys as I read it out, and the quote goes like this: "We're featuring tons of independent titles, including brand new game announcements from developers and publishers such as Drinkbox, Curve, Digital Devolver, Digital Dear Villagers, and others. During the showcase, we'll debut new trailers and gameplay from more than 25 games, including Stalker 2, Second Extinction, The Ascent, The Wild Heart, Void Train, EXO-1, and many more. We'll also be making announcements about independent titles coming to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. Community favourite Twitch streamers will also host the showcase and conduct interviews with developers, take fan questions, and maybe even drop some game codes." So that was a bit of a mouthful to say, but you know, it says over there that it's going to be releasing and showing some gameplay off, which is really cool to see. But if I'm being absolutely honest, I think this is probably one of the most unlikely ways of us getting any sort of information, as if we did, we would have just got it at the Future Games event. And with the quote, the game is that big to the point where it probably stomps all of those games in terms of numbers that they probably would have mentioned it. So guys, the next feasible option I can see for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga and a potential release date or an official worldwide launch would be on May 4th. Now, as you guys know, the Bad Batch is supposed to be coming on May 4th, but this would be a great little event if they were to save it, keep us in the quiet about it, and then release it on May 4th, the day that Bad Batch Episode 1 comes out. That would honestly be really great, but from a marketing and a money perspective of the company, I honestly don't see this happening either. I see it maybe happening around May, but the whole May 4th thing, people have talked about it, I don't see really happening either, as it wouldn't commercially really make sense for them to release one and the other at the same time, because it would force users into picking, should I watch the Bad Batch and pay for Disney Plus, or should I pay for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga and play that? You see what I'm coming from? So if they were to release it on separate dates, they could get more exposure from 2 different events instead of making it one big event. And on to the last feasible idea in my head, this is probably the way they're going to do it. So I think there's a few people who said a few things, but I saw someone say a shadow drop. And if you don't know what a shadow drop is, basically where they go quiet, and then within a week they give you all the news at once and they release it in that week. And to be honest, at this current stage, I think that's probably the most feasible option. I don't really see us getting another big event in spring, and they can't change the date because they've also already promoted and advertised the game to be releasing in spring, as well as made available people to pre-order the game, and it says that the game will come out for spring. And if you look on their bio on Twitter and other social medias, it still says the game is scheduled to come out in spring. So at the moment, the only feasible option for the game is that we get a few more leaks and sneak peeks, and they shadow drop it within a week, and we have the game. Which honestly isn't the way I would do it, and I don't think that's the way anyone would want it to be done. But at the moment, we have no community manager, which was promised for last year. We have 2 pushbacks, and we're here in spring, 10 days into spring in 2021, with no communication and basically being left in the dark. As well as the future game show just passing and the Xbox event just about to pass. If we do not get any news from the Xbox game event, I do see it just being shadow dropped. But again, it's a shame that this is how it's sort of playing out, but that's just the way things are. And honestly, it's quite frustrating. I see it all over Reddit and Twitter. People are just really frustrated that they've just frozen out the Star Wars community, and more specifically, the LEGO Star Wars community. It's still a very passionate and very loyal audience, and the fact that there's no community manager or communication from anyone is, in my opinion, just shocking. And for those of you wondering, will it be cancelled or will it be, pushed back or any sort of crazy stuff like that? The answer is absolutely not. They cannot false advertise and push it back. That just, quite frankly, probably is not an option for them. And they can't cancel it because people have already pre-ordered the game, and that would be an absolute mess. After developing a game, cancelling it, then giving loads of people their money back. So no, it will not be cancelled. And it will not be pushed back. Fingers crossed, but probably, hopefully, it will come out in spring. So, there you have it, guys. Those are my opinions and my ideas on what's next for LEGO Star Wars the Skywalker Saga. If you did enjoy today's video, a like and a subscription would be awesome, and if you could turn on notifications, it gives you any sort of notifications when I go live or when I make a video such as this one, and you can just generally keep up to date with me and LEGO Star Wars and Star Wars news in general. And whilst you're down there, my social media links are down below. If you want to gain access and perks to the channel, you can find the memberships links there, as well as my Twitter page and Reddit page. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and fingers crossed that we get some, hopefully, very good news on LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I will catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.